Hi, I'm Ranger Cathy Taylor at Paris Mountain State Park in Greenville, South Carolina. I was just writing in my nature log. Do any of you keep a nature log? Or maybe some other kind of journal? I started keeping a nature log my first week of work here 22 years ago. Most Fridays I write down what's blooming or hopping or chirping for that week. I'm with students a lot of the time, so they help me so much to see and hear what's going on around us.
It felt like from right there. Something like that tree.
About every 5 years, I sit down during the slower winter months and type up the nature log, adding scientific names. I don't usually draw or paint with my nature log, but some people do. You can draw, paint, take photographs. You can add captions and put these in a scrapbook. You can scan your writings or drawings or whatever and make them into a book. I did this with my family's Christmas cards and letters. My dad was Dale Barker, and he was in the Civilian Conservation Corps in the 1930s. He kept a daily log of what went on while he was in the CCC. It wasn't so much a nature log, but he did mention ground squirrels and snowstorms and hopping frogs, all sorts of natural events. The good thing about a nature log is it can be what you want it to be. Each year in my nature log, I write the date of the first tiger swallowtail butterfly that we've seen in the spring. I note the date of the first American toad calls each February or March. I mention individual people who work at the park and call me to come witness a cool nature moment. Like when maintenance supervisor Ranger Wilson Edwards found a barred owl in a tree and called me. Or when park tech Rachel Kilduff texted that a turtle was laying eggs beside the park road. Or when Ranger Dan Neary saw a dragonfly emerging from its nymph stage down by the swimming area. I'm in the creek with students a whole lot, and I write about what we found. As a result, we have over 20 years of creek data, which I share with scientists. It's always a special event when we find a turtle. By keeping track of my nature log, I know we have found 27 turtles at our creek site during my 22 years at the park. And I write about the bigger natural events, like snow and floods and hurricanes. In Claire Walker Leslie's book, The Curious Nature Guide, she has some great suggestions. Maybe you can write about some nature experiences, like when you maybe climbed a tree or jumped off rocks or followed a river path. When I was out at Mountain Lake with a bunch of students during the summer, we sat still and used our senses, and I wrote what they said. We see raindrops on the water. It looks like the lake is shimmery. Gigi sees a pine tree. Noah sees a sweet gum tree with star-shaped leaves. We see a butterfly. We feel wind on our arms. Someone feels a tree they are leaning against. We hear the water going over the dam. Sounds like when you're standing outside a bathroom when the shower is running. Tate smells water, like at the beach. Why keep a nature log? Well, it helps you to focus more on what's around you, to observe. If you be still for maybe a minute, maybe 5 minutes. I hope you get to a South Carolina state park soon. Maybe you'll share your experiences in a nature log.